Hello everyone, this is Austin from Rawbliss. Oh, I'm hashtag hat gang now. Just out in the sun, it's so hot today. I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy a hat, whatever. Screw it. But today, I have a little tomato, cucumber, cilantro, garlic chive salad. I have a little lettuce and some fresh coconut milk. I don't want to spill. And I found that, like, with the acidic things like the tomato, when I mix it with the coconut milk, it kind of neutralizes the coconut milk flavor. So I'll just have it on the side here, and I'm going to dip the lettuce. This is my favorite thing to dip in the coconut milk. And it just tastes so good. So I can get, like, the full flavor of the coconut milk in there. So good. But gosh, I'm gonna have a hat here now. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about something that I've been getting requested a lot, and that is some beginner tips when you're starting out on a raw food diet. And this is going to be specifically targeted for people not living in the tropics, because I figure that's the majority of my audience. Not living in the tropics. Obviously in the tropics it's a lot easier, you got a lot of abundant fruit and just, yeah. So a few things that I will say, starting out on a raw food diet. You're gonna have to eat a lot more food than you're used to. Why is that? Because raw foods, tomato, cucumber, lettuce, for example, very high in water, very high in fiber. So you're gonna get full faster with less calories. So you're gonna have to focus a lot more on calorie-dense fruits, at least when you're starting out. Because you want to be satiated, you want to be satisfied. And your body's really used to having a lot of calories in a small package, like cooked food. Okay, cooked food doesn't take up very much space. It's dense calories. It's good in certain situations. When you need to pack in calories in a small amount, survival situations. But anyways, some of the fruits that are going to be best as staples are bananas, avocados, mangoes. Okay? Apples are great, peaches are great, but year-round, I would say bananas are going to be your staple. You can buy bananas in bulk. I suggest another great tip that helped me a lot is go to specialty markets, go to Asian markets, Latino markets. These are going to have amazing fruit availability. And also, find a wholesaler. Find a wholesaler in your area. You can just Google wholesaler near me or wholesaler Seattle, Washington, for example, wherever you live. And this can help a lot. It'll save you a lot of money, and you're going to want a large amount of fruit in your house. Okay? If you live alone, please do yourself a favor, get rid of anything in your house that's not raw. If you're serious about this lifestyle, get it out. Throw it away, give it to a neighbor, give it to a friend, do what you gotta do. These are really good tomatoes. Might be a longer video because I'm hungry, but I want to talk. I love tomatoes. Another tip, okay? Wholesaler, stock up on bananas. Okay, you can have different stages of ripeness. This is very important with the bananas. So you'll have some like greenish bananas, for example. They're not ripe at all. Just have those on your counter. Store them so there's an arch, like a rainbow. Don't store them the other way around. That's how most people store them, and they get bruised on that side. And then by the time they're ripe, they're bad. You can't use them. Oxidized and stuff like that. So yeah, have some ripening on your counter, and then have some ripe ones in your fridge, and then have the very ripe ones in your freezer. You can chop them up, put them in Ziploc bags, put them in a Tupperware, take them out of the peel, chop them up, freeze them, and you can blend them into a nice cream that tastes better, in my opinion, than ice cream, or just as good. Add some carob powder in there. Amazing. Add some berries, add some mangoes. You got yourself a great ice cream replacement, and that helps a lot of people who are starting out on a raw food diet. So have different ripeness levels for your bananas, and just make sure that you always have this fruit on standby. Okay, always have fruit available in your house so that when you're hungry, you're not as tempted to go for something not as optimal. So research what's in season where you live, what fruits are in season, what vegetables are in season. Okay, if you live in a place that has wild greens, for example, and you can go outside and pick some dandelion or pick some wild blackberries, do that. If you live in a place like I'm from Washington State, for example, we're famous for apples. You're going to be eating a lot of apples, which are amazing, unless you don't like apples, which is fine. Then go for some other fruit. Where I'm from, Washington, we have amazing peaches in the summer, berries, apples, and so I would have apples, berries, not year round, that's like in the summer, and melons. You can get melons pretty much year round from Mexico, especially if you're living in that part of the world. And, they're pretty good. I would also recommend juicing. Juicing's amazing. At least, some of your days. If you don't feel like it, that's okay. Orange juice is amazing. You don't have to press it yourself. You can get it from Trader Joe's, for example. They have unpasteurized, cold-pressed orange juice. They also have coconut water. I actually would recommend getting the bottled coconut water rather than the whole young Thai coconuts, because those are oxidized and they're dipped in bleach, and it's hard to get into them without contaminating something. They're not as optimal in my opinion, although I did have a lot of them. But seriously, the Asian markets, the Latino markets are a lifesaver. I did a grape fast, or a grape feast, I guess. I had a bunch of grape juice, seeded Concords. They're my favorite grapes of all time. And H Mart is the name of the store, and it really helped me out. I was getting boxes of Concords for $9, amazing deals. And they also had boxes of navel oranges for juicing, and mandarins and atolfo mangoes. And it was just, you can get a durian, you can get jackfruit, tamarind is really good, and that's it's kind of like a date, but it's in this hard shell, and they last for a while, so you can have those on standby. Another tip I would say is dried fruits. Okay, dried fruits are great in the subtropics, especially because they dry them at peak ripeness. So you can get dried mangoes at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a great place as well. I would recommend. They have the bags of avocados pretty cheap, and you can get dried mangoes. They have dried Thai mangoes, and they're amazing. I believe it's the Chokonon variety. If you guys are into that, they have the freeze-dried mangoes, the freeze-dried berry mix, which is really good. But yeah, the freeze-dried mangoes too, in addition to the dried mangoes. They have unpasteurized tangerine juice. That's really good. And yeah, Trader Joe's is a great option. You know, the frozen berries, great for smoothies. They have the frozen wild blueberries, which are very high in nutrients compared to the local blueberries, supposedly. Yeah, the frozen mangoes, really good because they're frozen at peak ripeness. And yeah, it's definitely something I'd recommend. So another thing, prepare. Have stuff prepped, get little Tupperware containers, chop up some melon, bring it with you to work, have on your break. Always have stuff with you. Like if you're traveling or if you're at work, have a couple bananas, you know, stashed in there. Keep your carbohydrates up, keep your calories up. The great thing about this diet is you get to eat a lot of food. You get to pack it in. So please, I think that's the number one reason people don't thrive on this diet. They're not eating enough, and they're not eating enough carbohydrates. You know, the majority of your diet should be simple carbohydrates, fructose, sweet, juicy fruits. Those are the best. Get your watermelon, whatever's in season, get your apples, your peaches, and those should be the majority of your diet. If you can't, do bananas, do orange juice. I did a lot of orange juice, bananas, and avocados. Those were my staples. I would do avocados for dinner. I would do bananas middle of the day. I would do some juicing in the morning. And I think that's a great way to get started. Also, melons. Melons are amazing. And you guys can really get great melons the majority of the year. From Mexico in most places. Cantaloupes, honeydews. And utilize greens. If you get high quality greens, if you get heirloom tomatoes and really nice butterhead lettuce or collard greens, kale, whatever it is. If you know someone with a farm, if you can go to a farmer's market, get that local, high quality produce. Quality is number one. Focus on quality. You're worth it. I know it can be really expensive, this lifestyle, but you are 100% worth it. Never forget that. Focus on quality. I can't say that enough. I could eat like one mango grown in volcanic soil, tree dropped, like perfectly ripe, and like one big mango, and I'd be satisfied. I'd be like, wow, that was the best mango ever. And I'd just be good. I'd be fueled, I'd be full, and I'd be satiated. I'd be energized, hydrated. Or on the other end of the spectrum, I could get some crappy, underripe, picked early, soaked in hot water and chlorine and stuff like that to alternate to enhance the ripening effects, ripen them artificially, essentially. I could eat like a box of those, like 12 mangoes, 20 mangoes, just to get full, just to get satisfied. Now, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Maybe I would have been satisfied with just 6 or 7. These are smaller mangoes I'm not talking about like the big ones. The big ones maybe like 3 or 4. Like the apple mangoes, I think they call them, or like Kent mangoes. But yeah, just utilize what's in season. You know, what I'm eating is always changing depending on the season. You know, right now I'm having more salads because it's avocado season. It's, durian is not in season. When it's durian season, I probably won't eat very many avocados and I'll just eat more durian. And I'm eating a lot of mangoes right now because mangoes are in season. But there's also non-seasonal fruits, for example, papayas, bananas, coconuts. And yeah, I really do recommend getting in some fats like avocado, or if you can get it, coconut. You can make your own coconut milk in a juicer, or yeah, I guess that's more for the tropical. But avocado is great. Durian. You can get raw olives. Hemp seeds are really good. Hemp seeds, flax seeds, really good. You can soak and sprout nuts. And when you soak them and sprout them, it makes them a lot easier to digest. And it makes sure that the enzymes in the nut are actually alive rather than destroyed by heat processing. So yeah, definitely nuts can be helpful, especially if you're wanting to put on weight or keep on weight. But the biggest thing is just eating enough calories when you're starting out. I recommend Chronometer is a great app. I don't really count calories anymore because I've been doing this for 5 years, and I'm pretty good at listening to my body. And I know what foods to go to if I want to gain weight, if I want to lose weight. And yeah, juicing is also something that's really incredible and really saved my life in a lot of regards and helped me quit drugs and stuff like that. Green juices are amazing. Start your day with a green juice. Get into the daily juicing habit. It will literally change your life. You'll have so much ease of energy and digestion, and it's something else. It really is. Especially with the green juice. A lot of greens are not easily broken down in the human organism. We're not herbivores. But with the green juices, you can condense all that fiber, because vegetables are very filling. They're just full of fiber. But when you eliminate some of that fiber, you still have the insoluble fiber. You're just eliminating the soluble fiber. Then you can it's just like straight blood fuel. Like it just goes straight into your blood. It's so amazing. All that chlorophyll, all that rich, nutrient-dense produce going straight into your body. And it's going to heal you. Green juice for healing, you guys. The herbs. And yeah. I think that's all for today's video. I think that's all the tips I have for now. Please comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if this helped you in some way. And if there's any other aspects that you'd like me to dive into, I do offer one-on-one coaching, if that's something you're interested in. And I can help create a plan for you wherever you're at in your journey. If you want to go raw, if you want to just eat a healthier cooked food diet, if you want to go on a juice fast, I've dabbled in all these things, and I just really want people to get excited about their health. So if I can help you in any way, send me a message on Instagram at rawbliss95, or you can email me at rawblissfruitarian@gmail.com, and I will do my best to get back to you. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one, you guys. Peace and love.